Happy New Year! And with the new year comes new movies. And that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be my top 10 movies I want to watch this year, 2019. And so for this list is just whatever movies I've seen that are going to come out this year that I want to watch. Hopefully, most of these movies come out here. See, the thing about Japan is that a lot of the movies that come out in the States, they either come out like months later, or some of them don't even come out at all. Like some of the smaller, more independent movies or from smaller studios like Blumhouse, they usually don't come out here. So, with that being said, maybe I'll get a chance to watch them next time I'm back in the States, either Redbox or buy them on Blu-ray. So, with that being said, here we go. Number 10 is Escape Room. This one actually came out last week, and it hasn't come out here yet, and it does look interesting. The whole idea of like a puzzle and a mystery wrapped in a single movie. I do like the idea of escape rooms, trying to figure out clues and how to escape within a certain amount of time. I've never done one myself, but they do look interesting. And having that idea expanded into a movie where it seems like if you don't get out, you will die is kind of fascinating to me. And hopefully it's done pretty well, and let's see what they do with it. Number 9 is Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, the series from the 90s is getting a movie. I was kind of surprised. Then I saw a list of movies coming out, and I saw it. I was like, oh man, I gotta watch this movie. This is one of my favorite shows when I was a teenager, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. Hopefully it's like another generation, and like the kids from the original series are now adults, and it's their kids or their teenagers, teenage kids being part of the new Midnight Society. I would like to see that. Some callbacks to some interesting characters we saw from the original series, like Dr. Vink with the who is not a nutbag. And maybe Sado, no Mr. accent on the O. And the idea of what they could do with that, I kind of want to see what they do with it. It sounds fascinating to me, so yeah, I want to check it out. Number 8 is 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. Of course, I had to put a shark movie on this list. And see, 47 Meters Down comes across to me kind of like The Shallows did, where it's kind of confined. It's a very confined movie that is suspenseful. Whereas I think The Shallows is a better movie in the sense of the confinement, and you can actually have a lot more dialogue because they're not underwater. I do like these movies that kind of keep you in one spot and really build the tension. Hopefully this movie has this sort of thing as well. I would like to see that, where it's building the tension to then the fear of what the hell's out there, because when you go far enough down the water you really can't see anything. And I like to see that played off like they did in the original 47 Meters Down. So number 7 is Shazam! Yeah, there's a DC movie, a DCEU movie, and the trailer looked cool. It came out of Comic-Con, and Captain Marvel or Shazam in the DC really is a kid trapped in a man's body, and I like the idea of that. Not to mention the trailer, they really played up on that, where the actor, I forget the actor's name, sorry, he really does act like, he's a kid. And not to mention, they do something that a lot of movies don't, where they're like, wait, what are my powers? Where we as an audience, like, we accept, oh yeah, this is their powers. But it's like, wait a minute, what are my powers? Then they actually try to figure it out, at least in the trailer. And I kind of want to see what they do with this character and the villain, who's it going to be, and how it's presented. Hopefully do a good job with it. So the DCU's kind of had some hit and misses. So, and people have kind of really had a bad opinion of it, but hopefully it recovers from in the last couple of movies. Number 6 is Captain Marvel. We went from one Captain Marvel to another one. This one in the MCU, and the trailers have not been good, but I'm kind of curious, mainly because I want to see what they do with the 90s. Kind of like with Guardians of the Galaxy was very 80s, like the culture and the music and the mindset of Star-Lord. I want to see it really be like 90s music, 90s style, 90s, you know, everything cool about the 90s. I want to see what they do with that. So hopefully they do that justice, and that's what you have a good story that is a prequel to what happened in the entire MCU, not counting Captain America, of course. But I want to see how this character ties into the rest of the MCU and even the Avengers. And we'll see, hopefully we'll get a good story with that. Number 5 is Star Wars Episode 9. To be honest, part of this is because I am so fascinated with how the audiences are going to react. Because the last few movies, man, people have been like this. Either some people really like it and some people just absolutely hate the movie, or they were like Solo, a lot of people just hate the movie. I kind of feel like the Joker. I want to see the world burn in a sense, because I want to see the hatred of people, see how far they're going to try and burn Star Wars down. But also I want to see if they actually stick the landing with this one, because it's been kind of clunky at times. So hopefully Episode 9 gives us a satisfying conclusion to this new trilogy. So, number 4 is Happy Death Day to You. Now, this one, I mentioned it briefly because I did like the first one and I felt it was a good one-off movie. But the idea of having a sequel, I kind of curious, like, what can they do with this? And the trailer looked kind of cool. You know, they did use the same music from the other one, but I don't know about that, because I didn't really like the fact that they didn't use the music from the original trailer in the first movie, so I don't think they're going to do that. But other than that, the characters are kind of interesting, and I'm kind of curious if they're going to answer the question of why the hell she's stuck in this time loop to begin with. And that's the thing with this trailer. The sequel is like, what can you do? Are you going to answer the question for the first one? Is it going to be like complete retelling, or what are you going to do? And I'm kind of curious. It comes out on Valentine's Day weekend, and I'd much rather watch that movie than a lot of the probably crap romance movies that are going to come out around that time. Number 3 is Glass. Actually comes out this week. Oh man. Yeah, hopefully it comes out here this week. I would like to see it. Like I've said before, I'm pumped for Glass because Unbreakable was my favorite M. Night movie. I really enjoyed Split. I thought James McAvoy did a great job as Kevin Crumb, and I'd like to see what they do with this trilogy. Is like, this is the end? Is like, or is it going to be like, oh, we could do a spin-off later with the different character, and how is it going to be with David Dunn, Elijah Price, Mr. Glass, and Kevin Crumb, the Horde, the Beast, all these different characters, and even the people associated with them, how they're going to work out. How is it going to be? How's the story going to be told? And it really could be a really good superhero trilogy that is very grounded in our reality in a sense. So yeah, I'm curious. I've seen the first 2 trailers and they look really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing Glass. I really want to see it this week. If I do, I will definitely review it. Number 2 is Aladdin. Now, if I had to choose one live-action Disney remake to watch, it had to be this one, because Aladdin is my favorite animated Disney movie, as you probably know, since I did my top 10 on that. Go watch it if you haven't. And yes, Aladdin is my favorite, and I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to redo it. And I didn't watch any of the other live-action remakes, so I'm basically going into it blind without any sort of predisposition of how Disney has redone these tales. But at the same time, I'm cautious because it's my favorite one, and please do it justice. Please do a good job with it. Don't screw it up and don't make it suck. Even if they do make it suck, I still have the animated one, but please give the next generation another good Aladdin movie so that they can experience this movie just like I did. And I've only watched one teaser trailer. I'm not going to watch any more trailers. I'm done watching the Aladdin trailer. I don't want to know anything else. Maybe I'll see a picture of what Will Smith looks like. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to go watch the movie when it comes out. Speaking of which, number one anticipated movie of 2019 is Avengers Endgame. That's the only reason I need to watch this movie, honestly. That. Because it left such a cliffhanger with Infinity War. I gotta know what happens at the end of this movie. It's like, oh, come on. I've waited for a year for this movie. So, yeah. I don't need to see anything. I refuse, actually, to watch any trailers for this movie at all. I'm not going to watch a single trailer. I'm just going to go in after watching all of the MCU movies and just, let's see how you do this. How does Endgame go? How do you tie up the cliffhanger from Infinity War? I am so looking forward to that movie. That comes out in May or April, end of April, beginning of May. And so I really want to watch it. Definitely going to review it after I do. I don't want to see a single trailer for it. I actually saw a movie last week. I'm not going to tell you what it was. And they were playing the trailer for it. I closed my eyes, covered my ears. That's how into I don't want to see a single trailer. I just want to go in and enjoy this movie. That's how anticipated I am to watch Avengers Endgame. So, what do you think? What's your most anticipated movie of 2019? Let me know it down in the comments. And I have about 4 movies I need to review here because I watched them while I was on vacation and I couldn't get a chance to do a review of them. So, until then, take care. Bye.